Story 1, The Gym Friend Who Became Obsessed. For the purpose of this story, I'll refer to myself as Nolan. This started the way most gym friendships start. You see the same guy a lot. You nod at each other. After a while, you stop pretending you don't recognize them. You just say, "What's up?" like it's no big thing. I was going to my gym almost every day after work. Same time, same routine. It was the only part of my day that felt predictable. One of the regulars was a guy named Josh. He had that look like he wanted people to see him as a serious lifter, always in some kind of fitted shirt, always a shaker bottle, always walking around with that big duffel bag.
What are you doing?
He was there so often it felt like he lived there.
Dude, stop.
At
You're
first,
actually,
it was
you love
just
it.
small stuff like a head nod when we passed the dumbbells. Pretty normal. You see the same faces long enough and it starts to feel rude not to acknowledge them. Josh seemed friendly enough. He would smile and do the quick chin-up thing like we were already friends even though we really weren't. One day I was about to do bench and he was already on the bench in the next track over. He looked over and asked if I could spot him. That's when it actually became something. I said, "Sure." I stood behind the bench while he unracked the bar. He was strong, I'll give him that. He did a few reps and he struggled on the last one, so I helped guide it back. He sat up and then he started talking like he had been waiting for this moment. He asked me how long I'd been lifting, what my split was, some basic gym talk. I told him and he told me his. He talked fast and I could tell he was high energy. He asked where I was from, what I do for work, and if I lived close. I kept it basic. I didn't give him my address or anything, just the general area. He said he lived not far from me and he laughed like that was proof we were meant to be friends.
Hey,
before I went
are
back
you recording
to my
me?
set, he asked if I had Instagram. He held out his phone pretty casually, so I just followed him back. It didn't seem like a big
Who's
deal.
there? Show
People
yourself!
exchange socials all the time now. For the next couple of weeks, it was the same routine, but slightly different. If Josh was there, he would come over and say, "What's up?" He'd ask what I was training. He'd comment on something I did, like he was coaching me, even though I didn't ask. It wasn't offensive, just a little much. I figured he was just one of those guys who treated the gym like a community center. He would DM me gym memes sometimes, dumb stuff, videos of guys failing lifts or edits of bodybuilders with dramatic music. I just reacted with a laughing emoji and kept it moving. Then he messaged me one day saying there was a local festival happening that weekend and we should go. I didn't even know about it. I looked it up and it was one of those town festivals with food trucks, cheap drinks, random vendors, live music, and a crowd that's half families and half people just there to get buzzed in the middle of the day. I hesitated, but I said sure. It sounded like something to do. I figured it would be a quick hangout. If it was awkward, I could leave early. When the day came, I met him there in the afternoon. The first thing I noticed was how different he seemed outside the gym. At the gym, he had that controlled energy. Outside, it was like he had no volume knob. He was loud from the moment I saw him. He came up grinning too hard, slapped me on the shoulder, and started talking like we were reuniting after years apart. Then he started doing these weird voices, like cartoon voices, high-pitched, nasally, then suddenly deep and scratchy. He'd say normal sentences, but in a voice like he was doing an impression. It didn't fit the situation. At first I laughed because it caught me off guard, but then it kept going. We got drinks and walked around and it was like the alcohol flipped something on in him. His jokes got more inappropriate, not in a clever way, more in a shock value way. He'd point at random people and make comments that you should not say out loud, especially not around families. I found myself doing that tight smile thing, laughing a little bit but also looking around to see if anyone heard. He didn't seem to care at all. He would look right at people while saying things like he wanted them to react. A couple times I told him to chill. He would laugh and say my name again in that creepy voice.
Are you recording me?
Still, the festival was busy and loud, and I told myself he was just socially awkward. We stayed a couple hours, I went
Who's
home
there? Show
thinking he
yourself!
was strange but probably harmless.
Don't go!
But after that, he kept messaging more. Constant check-ins, asking what I was doing, asking if I was going to the gym, asking if I wanted to hang out again. Eventually he invited me to a bar and said 2 girls were coming. But the girls never showed. That's when the voices got worse. Fake laughing, fake crying, villain voices. He kept saying my name over and over again. Nolan, listen. Nolan. I felt trapped. Eventually I made an excuse and left. The next time I saw him at the gym he acted like nothing happened, but he followed me around the gym, station to station, like he had decided I was his person. So I started changing my gym time, but then the messages increased. Then one night I heard a voice outside my bedroom window. It said my name, Nolan, the same creepy voice Josh used. I messaged him asking if he was outside. He replied with one word, number. But the next night I heard it again, from the backyard. That same voice saying my name. So I threatened to call the police and blocked him. Later that night I checked the window again, and I saw a shadow standing right outside it. I yelled for him to leave. The shadow moved away into the dark. After that I quit the gym, installed cameras, stopped posting online. 3 weeks later I found my tire slashed. I never confronted him, but I know it was him. And that experience taught me something. Be careful who you let into your life, because once someone like that decides you're their friend, a broken bar, getting them out of your life can be terrifying.